Coming up, what a game. A rematch of Super Bowl 59 as the Chiefs welcoming the team who beat them for it all, the Philadelphia Eagles. Teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Yep, 43.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Yellow.
It's Pacheco on third. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Well, it would have been a long field goal in the rain, Brock, so instead of trying that, they're going to go for it. Mahomes throwing on fourth. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. They hit him for 5 yards on fourth down and get the successful conversion.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 starts. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of... ball can hit the ground on this side.
Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. They'll go. It's Mahomes. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. Not get that big play potential infuses your offense with confidence.
Much tougher test for the league's rushing leader here in week 2, as they close in on him and handle a loss on that play.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
On second down, here's Barkley. Space on the right, he's got room. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Xavier Worthy now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Counter give here to Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Finds him over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. They're going for it with Mahomes. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space and those completions outside the pocket.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
Again, Mahomes to throw. Flush down out to his left. To the sideline, and ball in by Worthy. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive.
Hey, 43, 15.
Another throw from Mahomes. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Throwing again, Mahomes. It's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Back to the air, Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. Ball is out. Mahomes fumbled it. And it ends up out of bounds. A small loss on the play, but they do, importantly, keep possession. They dodge the turnover, but still 3rd and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Third and long for him here. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. In the red zone on 1st. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs start to fight back with their first points in this game. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Chiefs tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. First call here coming from the shotgun. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Barkley again here on 2nd. And that's not what the offense started about. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
He finds Brown, right side. He's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Result there, 15 yards and a first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work.
He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Here's another carry for Barkley. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. Go to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. It's the Eagles. With it, 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Leo Chanel makes the play. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Brady from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. Check down complete to Pacheco. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Yellow.
Now it's Mahomes. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
First down, a run with Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense came at the perfect time.
And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be third down.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Time now taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Chiefs have Xavier Worthy out for the return. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Hauls in this punt at the 8. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3. Starting out trips right here. First and 10.
Yellow. Argo Louis. Yellow.
He's back to throw. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. And he's going to get this up to right around that 13-yard line. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're up and running once again. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. First and 10. They're going to start with a run by Barkley. Rob Flat, first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. On a more aggressive call on second.
They go to Barkley again. Pop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Let's get it out wide, complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
A gain of 14. First down.
Running left, this is Barkley. On the move, past the 40. Keeps on moving into the red zone. He does it, touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers. And what a
Worthy now to return it. This makes it up to the 25. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. To the air, Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 3rd and short. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he has him right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. 16 yards on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard
Out of
line.
the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it. He's going to be blocked out after reaching the 43.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
The 43-yard line.
2nd down, looking for options. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to dynamite contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offense coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
First down throw, Mahomes. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's forced down bounds after picking up about 7.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying things up the gut. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And it's going to be 2nd down. Looking to throw Mahomes. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Rutger knocks it through, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, still a full quarter left and down only a score, but here comes an onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They give to Barkley, left side. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a 1st, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
After that little 8-yard scooch, here comes 2nd and 2. A give to Barkley. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit. He's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Running right, it's Barkley. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, no.
He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Toss play to Barkley. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Hurts looking to throw. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Trying to find his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Motioning him from the slot right. Back to throw it. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now lead by 10. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11.
Chiefs 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. He dodged the tackle. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hunt up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for an Eagles
defense in a hurry up here.
Jalen Watson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They go with Barkley here. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Eagles moments away from a 2-0 start. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Now throw, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Throw is caught by the back. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. And absolutely no chance of getting the yards he needed. He's brought down well short, and they're going to turn it over on downs. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. He's way through, but he lost the football. And the Birds got to it. Oh, he was fighting like mad to stay up, Brock. Extend that run, but we all know it also creates the opportunity to do what we just saw. Force a fumble. So do you knock him there? Do you applaud the effort? Maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, probably a little both. A little pat on the butt, but a little reminder that ball security is job security.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offense is hurrying, time running down. The ground with Barkley. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. It's 2 in a row. They've got third down now coming up.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the old lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Penalty helps them out a little bit as they come up on 3rd and 8. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles have likely locked up the win right there. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Eagles push their lead to 18.
Chiefs 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott all set for the kickoff. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
Number 87.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Buying some time right. He's keeping it. And Mahomes is going to dodge a hit with that slide after he picks up enough for the first down. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Attack! Hey, Sunday, on Sunday. Hey, 40.
On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
10 yards to go.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Here we go, 15. Argo blue wave. Yellow, yellow. Attack, attack. Yellow. Far side.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Eagles are stopped on the return on the final play of this game. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0.
Gotta pump my taste. Hold up. Y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up. We mighty more Power Ranger. Hold up. Mine also dangerous. Hold up. Y'all talk outrageous. Hold up. Don't get caught in the matrix. Hold up. Got that touch my savior. Hold up. Keeping that touch with my haters. There can't hear it no more. Stand up to the man, can't fear him no more. Sonogram don't feel it no more. You were driving a minute but can't steer it no more. Riding away but now you're chilling on shore. What's the use of being rich when your inside's poor? This, what you don't wanna see more, no, you wanna see more, but you wanna see sore. Life done slowed you down, your body is acting up, your mind is out of bounds, it's telling you pack it up. You shackle by thoughts and memories that's adding up, like overseas. You feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you ain't had a buck. You still feel paralyzed, the bucks and track. Friends is having kids, ain't adding up. What's the use of having a world with no love? What's the use of having a light with no plug? What's the use of ingredients with no sauce? What's the use of the physical with no source? We flared up, flared up, flared up, flared up. We flared up, flared up, flared up, flared up. We flared up, flared up, flared up, flared up. Hold up, y'all gotta pump my taste. Hold up, y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up, we mighty more Power Ranger. Hold up, mine
fishing hook. Listen up, I've had to hit the cup, so if I swing my fist, you going in, so wish me luck. Boy, if you ain't talking paper, I'm a... I tell Shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah. I just pull up to the crib and then I'm right back on that. Biz starts up, I ain't coming home with a full. All you rappers still washed up, I don't push weight, I just pull chips. She ain't pulling the socks up when it's halftime, she get full. Finna leave the boxed up like send it, make a play and I exit. Money boy making London money, spent most of my life on the M6. Yeah.
A great 1-2 to start the year. Hi everyone, Scott Hanson, and this is your Week 2 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get you caught up on. We'll start in KC. The Chiefs at home to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's last year's Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. He's going to get the carry here, and look at him go. From there, why don't we go out to the space city of Houston, looking in on the Texans as they play host to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's the third-year signal caller from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud. He connects on the touchdown pass 18 yards away. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy, the New Orleans Saints taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And here's Mecole Hardman. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. 71 yards to the house. The 49ers even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hanson in Orlando, good night from all of us at EA Sports.